Hello.
Hello.
Oh, wait, I learned a new one. It's this, right?
Hi. Yes. Hello. Good one. Nice. How are you, Dustin? We missed you.
Yeah, in between jobs.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So this week, we're on our 10th lesson, and we're going to pretty much wrap up the vocabulary tonight, and then we'll do a review. And at the beginning of next class, which is the 11th class, and after the review, and come with any questions that you have if you're not sure, because now's the time. And then we'll do the final exam, and that'll be about 45 minutes long, 40 minutes long. And then that'll take me forever and a day to mark from your brilliance. And then the next class will review the test results, go over any areas that you guys are still feeling challenged with, and I'll give out sign names, and then class will be finished.
I had a quick question that my son asked me,
Okay.
and I've misplaced the quiz that I printed out, so I'm trying to find it. But he asked, can you give a sign name to your pet?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we were teaching, and he's like, do I have to spell Youper every time, or is there so then it got in, I'm like, I don't know. I know that you can give people a sign name, but I didn't know if people ever did it with pets.
Well, it shouldn't really be. People will come to know you also as having a dog or a cat, so you won't have to necessarily say that my dog's name is Ralph.
Right.
But yeah, you can. You're just going to be limited at what kind of sign name you could give them, because it's about the characteristic of the animal.
Right. Yeah, it was more for us, like internally, like instead of having to spell out, our dog's name is Youper. Right. So having to spell it out every time, we didn't know if there was like a quick sign, that we could come up with for him. So we could do that. Okay.
Yes. It's one of the myriad of like slangs that come up, especially within family units.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Did you find your printouts?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. So let me just read this. All righty. I'm feeling still stuffed from our Thanksgiving. Oh my Lord.
Oh yeah, was that yesterday?
Yeah, but we tend to stretch it out over the whole weekend.
Oh.
And so we did one on Saturday and one on Monday.
Oh, that's nice.
We have family who live in Michigan, so we'll be coming down for the American Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So more food.
Yeah, you get to have double the Thanksgivings.
Yeah, my nephew plays for Michigan State.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we're going to come down and maybe go to a local football game. And yeah, he wants to take me. What do you all call that stuff? Tailgating?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yep.
Where you sit in the backs of your cars and pull out picnics and eat food and be loud and all that kind of stuff. We don't really have that so much here.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, well, you have to come to a tailgating party. I'm like, okay, sure. Ready.
Fun.
Hey, yes, with football players that are all 22. I'm very excited at my outing. I know, really. Can you feel my enthusiasm? Okay. But if he wants to take me, that's cool. Okay. So here we go. First 5 questions. Everything is a sign word. Next 10 questions are sentences. All of them are going to be proper sentence structure, of which I need you to write down. So when I do the 10 sentences, I'll go slowly. And then the next 8 questions are pretty much reviews on the words 8 of the food and or clothing words that were that we went over last week. Okay?
So for the sentences, we're not just writing down the number. We're going to write down everything you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, here we go. First one. In the first sentence.
Oh, wait. Did you do 5 words or did you do 4?
No, I did 5. Want me to go over them quick again? So
Yeah,
first
I missed one, I think. Okay.
oh, maybe it was last. Yes, yeah, I'm in the thing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. First sentence.
Do you want me to, are we writing it out just as you're saying it, or are we writing it out like how you would translate it?
No.
Just as you're saying it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Dustin's done.
But
Can you do it one more time? Sorry. Oof. Can you do that one more time? Sorry. I don't know what that was. Okay.
So now we're going to do these questions where you fill in the blank or you circle a word. Okay? Okay, so the first one. Okay, you want to send those in to me?
Okay. Can I ask what water is? Because I could not remember that one. Okay. It's just the W. Okay. I'm done.
Alrighty. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do the W's: who, what, where, when, why. We'll do how, and then we've had a lot of language that we've covered, like sign words, in the last 3 lessons. But I wanted to expand on it and add 4 more words. So we're going to do the word for friend, and then the meals of our day. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, so the first one is who, and you're making your mouth in the shape as if you were saying who, so it's who, and then you take your finger and you circle the oo, who.
Who.
Yeah. Some people will flick it. They'll do this, like, who are you talking about? It's only because they're speaking quickly. But just so you know, it's exactly the same sign. Okay, what? What is the same hand, like the dominant hand is you use your finger, and the non-dominant is the palm of your hand, just like when we're doing month, week. So I'm tired. So what you're doing is this. What? Okay, so don't move the non-dominant, just move the dominant. So you're not parting the C's. What?
Finger down.
Okay, and then where is the pointer finger of your dominant hand, and you shake your finger back and forth. Where?
Non-dominant hand, did you say? Or dominant hand?
Because there's
Dominant
only
hand. Okay.
okay. Then so we've got who, what, where, when is, so my fingers look like this and they're upside down, and then you flip them in.
Like that?
Yeah. And why? I think I showed you this one before. So why? It starts with these fingers close together, and the W and the Y, because this is the letter Y. Okay, and so these are like a closed W. And the 3 fingers are going to touch your forehead, and then you're going to pull your hand away like this. Y. Y. So when you pull your hand away, bend the W down so they see the Y, the letter.
Wait, why am I doing this wrong?
Okay. Okay. So it's because this is what it's all. This one is all about dexterity. So you keep your middle 3 fingers together. It touches your forehead. The pinky finger and the thumb stay apart.
Okay.
And when I pull my fingers away from my forehead, I'm going to bend them into the palm of my hand.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Why?
Okay, got it.
All right, how I'm using my non-dominant palm of my hand. I'm using my dominant hand and bending it, and basically it looks like this. How? And I'm turning it. So someone says, like, so how did you learn sign? Oh, I went to college. So how?
How? Okay.
Okay. So who, what, where, when, why, and how. So all of our question words. Because you'll notice that with the amount of language we're at right now with our vocabulary, these kind of just now fall into place when it comes to asking our questions or being able to acknowledge a question when it's asked of us so that we can respond with either finger spelling because we're not quite sure of the word, or coming back with the sign that we have based on the structure that we're still practicing. All right. Then the next one is friend. So you hook your pointer fingers into each other once and twice. Friend. And to show that someone's your best friend, you don't move it back and forth, you just do this, best friend. So all I'm doing is I'm moving my hand, I'm keeping them interlocked, and I'm, as one unit, I'm moving my hands back and forth, just a little bit. Best friend.
Just a little like that.
Yeah. And then I know that we touched very briefly on breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but all of them are with the B, the L, and the D of our dominant hand, and all of it has to do with food, so you're going to put it against your mouth. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
So it's...
Everything is against your mouth. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Okay.
Okay. So let me do some sentences. So we can work a little bit on our sentence structure today. We might as well even go over the questions from the test. So, Terry, what was the answer to the first sentence?
To the first sentence. So it was coat white me.
Mine. Yeah, mine. Because I wouldn't say me has a coat because that's not even grammatically correct in any.
So okay, so if you're doing this, then you would say mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, because I wouldn't say me coat.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. Dustin, what was the second sentence?
So I don't have my answers because I emailed them to you. It was screenshots.
Oh, so you can't.
So I could go back in my email, but normally I could, but phone's dead. So
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll just go down the whole list. So the second one was socks, black, My.
Mm-hmm.
So, Terry, what was the third one?
I'm not sure if I got this right, but I got 2 cheese cookies, me eat.
Yes.
Oh, great.
The next one was apple juice, drink, me.
Yes.
Number 5, Terry, what was number 5?
Daughter love butter popcorn.
Yes, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 6 was work, me go, 9:30 morning.
Oh, I was so close. Okay. That was a hard one.
And what was number 7, Terry?
Movie Sister Me Go.
Yes, nice. Okay, number 8, pizza I love.
Okay, so you wouldn't say pizza me love. You would say pizza I love.
Right.
Okay. So you switch that around. Okay.
Okay, what was number 9?
56 years old me.
Right. I'm not 56. It was a sentence, though. I will not age myself before. Okay. And number 10 was family eats pizza today.
Yay.
Yay. Okay. Okay, what were the first 5 answers? The first 5 words, Terry.
I got family, uncle, girl, cousin, daughter, and father.
Yes, awesome. The first 4 words at the bottom were spaghetti, eggs, shoes, and milk.
Yes.
Okay, and then what were the last 4 answers, Terry?
Cookie, cereal, candy, and pop.
Awesome. Brilliant. Okay. All right. I know, Dustin, that you got all of those correct.
No.
I
forgot shoes. I remember it now. But yeah, some of them just not being here and haven't had a chance to watch the video. So pizza, I have no idea what pizza was.
So pizza is, you know, when you go to eat a piece of pizza and you're holding the slice in the palm of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So you're eating as if literally the point of the pizza is facing towards you. So you're doing this.
Okay.
Okay.
I remember you doing that sign.
And you know Cookie already. We went over hamburger. So hamburger is the acronym or the analogy that we used was when, you know, when you're making homemade burgers and you're like packing the round ball of ground beef.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sign for hamburger.
Okay.
Okay. What else? We also just going over last week's vocab. Okay. So pants, you already know, Dustin, you and I did that before. Shirt, coat, socks, and shoes. And this is the sign for egg.
Mm-hmm.
Like as in when you crack 2 eggs and then like you
Right.
an egg and then it cracks and the stuff comes out. Okay. Cheese. The analogy is back in the olden days when we used to press the curds because we wanted the moisture to come out. So it's the base of the palm of one hand against the palm of the other. So the one on top is your dominant, and you just turn it. The one on, you don't turn them both because it's not a butterfly, and you just turn the one on top and a little bit as if you were squeezing the moisture out of the cheese.
Okay.
Okay, cheese. Spaghetti is like in a restaurant where you see the chef will toss the noodles. So your baby fingers are the noodles, and we do this. Okay. Candy, pointer finger in your cheek. And it goes back to the analogy of cute as pie, like sweet as pie, boo boo,
Okay.
all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay. Juice. Juice is the letter J
Mm-hmm.
going into our mouth in the shape of the actual letter J.
Right.
Okay. Apple, hamburger, cereal. I think that's like the weirdest sign to me. Okay.
So cereal, I thought it was like this.
Well, I mean, it could very well be in Texas, and I'm really not being smart. I'm totally serious.
No, I know cultural differences, whatever, but
yeah, and only because when you look up cereal, it's also one of the analogies they give with it is the crunching sound of when you eat it, and this is to imply the crunching sound, like how your teeth are going munch, 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 munch.
Mm-hmm.
I'll roll with it. But if in Texas that's the way to do cereal, then
Oh, I don't know.
we're all learning something a little bit at a time. Our vocabulary is getting much bigger. Okay, let's go over on lesson 8. We did feelings and we did the times. So Terry, what's the sign for today? Now and day. Okay, so to do the sign for today is actually 2 signs put together. So if you forget one, you're just telling them that you went to work in the day. But if you meant to say like this day, like today, then we have to do now and then day. Okay, so that's today. We did day. Month. What's the sign for month, Terry? Okay, make the palm of your hand faces you.
Oh, I did it backwards.
No, it's okay. Now do it again.
Okay.
Okay, month. And that's when we do it, like this is to imply a month. So once a month I get paid, or once a month I go to church, or so this is a or one. So if you were to say to somebody, if somebody asked you when are you going on vacation, and you were going to say I'm going on vacation in 3 months, then you could use the number 3 to pull the 3 down the month.
okay.
Okay. And then palm of your hand, pointer finger from the base of your hand forward. Week. So say a 1. But if you're working then you can do 2 and pull the 2 across the week.
Okay.
Okay. And then Tara, just remember our morning and midnight.
You know, the Wi-Fi is lagging, so I'm having trouble understanding it.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Afternoon. So morning.
This is also
So morning,
yeah.
afternoon, and night.
Yes. And then we do now feeling sad. Or sad. And then this is tired. Happy. Excited. So we use these fingers on both hands and we bring them up like the front of our sternum, up our chest bone. Okay. Excited. Feeling is only 1 coming up your center bone from your stomach up. Feeling. Pain. Now pain is both hands, but in the class when I did it, I was explaining that when you do the sign for pain, you need to put the sign wherever you are feeling the pain, or the question. If your daughter has a stomach ache or a headache or an earache, then we put the symbol for pain when we ask the person the question near where we think it is. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, no? Or yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, we have one hand that's facing us like this, and the other one is the same but in the opposite, and we turn them. that's the sign for pain. So now, based on how much pain we're in, we're going to do it more actively, like this. So it's going to twist like, oh my God. And so I would do it, say, here, because today I have a headache. Okay? Mad.
Oh, I forgot that one.
Mad. Thank you. Welcome. As in, we're welcoming someone into the room.
Okay.
Please. Sorry is the letter S on our chest, and it turns. This is a sign for love. This is a sign for I love you. This is the sign for I really love you. This is the sign, and for the sign for sick, which is very different from pain. Sick we usually use as a term when we have the flu, which means our head hurts and our stomach. So back to the feeling fingers. One goes on our forehead, the other one goes on our stomach. For sick.
Which one? You.
No.
No.
So since we're there, the sign for throw up is this. So it's literally, so your hand's like this, and you're implying that the throw up is literally coming out of your mouth and onto the floor. So that's throw up. I was working with kids when I learned this, and so vomit was a very important word. You like to know these little things in advance, not just like my stomach hurts and then bleh. So we made them go, if you're going to say that, then you need to also say you're going to throw up at the same time, if that's how you're feeling. Okay. All right. Lesson 7. We went over food, numbers, and family. There won't be any surprises on this test. We're going to have our colors, all of our foods. You guys have any questions?
I don't think so.
Dustin, do you have any questions from having seen what the lessons were, or?
I just need to watch the videos, honestly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've got them explained in the other videos. I just need to take the time to watch them.
Okay, all right. If when you're going over them, if you have any questions when you're reviewing them, then just send me an email saying, Kath, I can't quite get from that video how you do these 2 signs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just throw you a message explaining what it looks like, and then I'll also even do the sign and post it up so you can see what they look like.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let me do a couple of sentences, and then I'll leave you to go on your merry way today and do some studying. Oh. What did I say?
Can you do it one more time?
I don't remember what this is.
10?
10.
10. Okay, so you're mad about work. You had to stay till 10 today? Or?
I was mad at work at 10 o'clock this morning.
Oh.
Oh, all right. I got part of it too. Okay.
Right.
Let's do another one. Okay. What's that sign, Terry?
This one, is it make? Oh, it's coffee.
So what was
yeah.
this? So now thinking of the rest of the signs, what do you think I said?
I really have no idea. I got stuck after the first thing and then I lost the rest of it.
See, it's because you got stuck on the next word.
Yep.
Where we have to, the practice is in, don't get stuck because you miss the third one and then your brain doesn't go to the rest.
Right.
Nobody's going to stop when you go. Right. They're going to finish saying what they need to say and then they're going to go, you didn't get that, did you? Okay.
Right.
Ready?
Yep. Was it something I stopped for coffee on my way to work?
Well, you got coffee, you got work.
Uh-huh.
What time did I go to work?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it 9:30?
Yeah, so at 9:30 this morning,
Okay.
morning, I went to work.
And had coffee?
Yes, thank you. Sweet Jesus. Okay. Yeah.
I think my issue is mixing numbers with words, and I'm trying to figure out, oh, is that a number or a letter? It is so hard to do.
Okay, here's another one.
Oh, I got it. Sorry, Dustin. I don't want to.
No,
Did you
I
get it?
got that one too.
What is it?
52 weeks in a year.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. Just start. Don't try and make it perfect. Just pick out the little nuggets, and what did you get?
Was that church the one thing you did?
Yes, the little,
Like
something
this.
like that. I think that's church.
I got church.
You go to church.
I forgot what this
once
is.
a year, every year.
What's this when you did this?
Maybe.
Okay, I'm going to do another one.
My daughter's name is
Sarah.
Oh,
right.
I didn't get it.
Good. Dustin, I know you know it.
I want to say my cousin's 22.
Nice. No, no, that was a really good reach. No.
I don't know.
So this is a sign for home, where you eat and you sleep. Home.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
2 TVs. Mine
Oh.
has 2 TVs.
I said 22.
So home is, can you do home one more time? Home is this?
No, just this, not a big hand.
Okay.
It's like when you eat.
Okay.
Okay? So eat and sleep.
Oh, like that.
Oh, eat and sleep.
Yeah, or
Oh.
this. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? Eat and sleep. That's the sign for home. Another sign for that indicates time we'll do, because we did today, the sign for today. So we'll add into that the sign for tomorrow, which is girl, but you flip it forward. Tomorrow. Okay? So what am I gonna go and do tomorrow? Oh, okay. Here's me. I'll fingerspell what that sign is. So what am I doing tomorrow, Dustin?
You're going to go shopping tomorrow.
Yes. Shopping.
So you're pushing the cart.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
You put your hands down first?
No.
Oh, just this.
Shopping. No. Okay, her.
I went to the movies. There was a big line.
Good. Right. Exactly.
Finally got one.
No, please stop. It's not an only. That was good. That was good.
So if you're going to say like something like big line, do you have to say like the sign for big and then line, or can you just do the sign for line and embellish it?
Right.
That's what you were doing.
Yeah, no, you can like make this huge lineup. Like Black Friday, the lineup, it's crazy. Okay, but you can't do this.
Right, you have to sell it.
Well, you have to sell everything when you do sign language.
Right.
Yeah, because it's all about the facial expression, because it really brings it home. And they're like, right, I know exactly how you felt. Me too. Same here. Same. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just think.
But tomorrow you're going to read a book, but you don't know which kind, or?
You were good for, it was good for the first part. Or $1 hour.
Oh, timer. Okay.
So that always means hour?
1. This is the clock. This is the hand on the clock. If you were just going to do it for a minute, you'd be like, but I was going to do it for like a whole hour.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
That was good, Dustin. Awesome. Okay.
Something 6. Was that red shoes? Oh, 3. 3 red shoes. My son eats 5 cookies.
My dad ate 3 hamburgers.
Yes.
That's a lot of hamburgers.
I'm hungry. I like 2-sentence words.
It's going to take you a long time to get to the point, doesn't it? Okay. To add to week, the sign for weekend is the sign for week, and then you drop off at the end of your fingers because it ends, right? So weekend.
That makes sense.
Dustin, what does it say?
This weekend, you're going to go see 2 of your friends?
2 of my best friends.
Best friends. Oh, yeah, because you didn't.
Good. Yeah. Give you 2 more sentences, 1 for each of you, and then you guys can go and study. Because we've reviewed a lot of, like your numbers in your alphabet, I'm not going to really be doing a lot of finger spelling in the test because we've well graduated on. We're like at 80 words now, almost 80 words. So there's going to be numbers, sentences, food, time, feelings. Yeah. Okay. So Dustin, here's one for you.
I didn't catch the name. My daughter, Barb. Sister, Barb, is 40 years old. 49 years old. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
You got the hard one.
Oh my gosh, I already forgot the first part of it. Oh, it was something. I can't remember it all. All I remember now is work and 5 minutes at the end. Pager. Okay, I like K-E. I like. No. I live. Live. I live to. Oh, I live in Toronto. Work. 5 minutes drive.
Okay, that's all I said.
Okay. Whew. Well, I got sweaty on that one.
Okay, you made that challenging for me. Now I'm gonna have to give you guys another one just because of that. Oh, okay. Terry, do you remember what this sign was?
No.
So we talked about this for your job. Holiday?
Oh.
Holiday. Holiday.
Okay.
Okay. Holiday. So this is why this is for you now. Here we go.
So I vacation this weekend, a 2 hours drive to see family.
Yes! What? Hail Mary for it, right? Woo! That was a good one. Okay, wrap yourself in there. You're ready, Dustin?
Well,
Okay.
we'll see.
Okay.
Oof.
I'm not sure if I got that right, but your family, there's 28 girls and 1 boy.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Good job.
Nice one.
I did not get that at all.
Okay. So now we're gonna wrap it up. Class is done. Any questions? Not a single one.
No.
Okay.
Other than this will get better with time, I hope.
No, it really does. The practice of it is, and like I said, it's about making a point of attending deaf events in the area. And there's so much information right now that's blowing up all about. There's a new school that actually the first public school, deaf public school, has just opened up in Paris. So
Wow.
there's been a couple of really big things happening in the world for the deaf community in just the last 5 days. It's kind of cool that once you kind of set up your newsreels and your Facebook and other social media avenues, LinkedIn, things like that, you start to actually, that's the way that you're going to be getting information on the community. So I'm going to leave it to both of you, 1 for Illinois and 2 for Texas. And I need you to come back with 3 organizations. 1 of them has to be social, and 2 can be for any other reason of providing services for the deaf community in your neighborhood. So when we talk again on Thursday, I want to hear what Illinois and Texas has to offer for your area. I've got some traveling to do in the States this year coming, and then again next year I've got 4 trips to the States coming. So I would like to know when I'm coming into town to a bunch of different cities, whether or not there are any kind of functions that I go to. So build our repertoire. Alrighty, so I'll leave you to it. Dustin, will we see you on Thursday?
Yes, I will be here. Well, let me get back to you on that.
Okay.
I'll find out. Both days last week, I was working late. And then yesterday, I actually started my new job. So I don't really know what my schedule is going to be.
Okay. My week is pretty flexible for me. So if it's a matter that you just kind of walk in the door when class is almost finished, send me a message and then we can do your test separately.
Okay.
Just give me notice though, just so I know what I'm.
Okay. I'll let you know before the class is supposed to start.
Okay, and then we can set up, because I really want you to have a feel for kind of both of you walking away with this, knowing that you have some kind of solid foundation that we're going to grow from. And Terry and I were talking about the simplest of things. Like for you, it may be parenting groups, but on a social level, like this doesn't have to be a heavy subject. But I find the more you're around it and the more you are forced to not talk and pay attention, and your sign language actually flourishes. So, but that's only going to come through the deliberate action of not meeting with people who are hard of hearing and deaf because you have to, but because it's actually fun, because that's where people's, they become far more gregarious and animated, and it's crazy how much more sign language you will actually understand when it isn't serious. So have a hauler. I'm going to look up the ones that we have here in the city, and it may be a matter of similar language. Like we have a Mayfair here, oddly enough, in May, and it's one of the largest events in each of our provinces across the country. So it may be something that, if I were to go to Calgary, they have a Mayfair. So the language is identical. So it might be interesting to see kind of if that's the way it happens in the States as well. Okay. All right, well, I'll leave you both to it.
All right.
Practice, practice, practice. And if you have questions, then send me a message and then I'll answer. Okay?
Okay.
See you on Thursday, guys. Bye.
Okay. Good night.